Trello is one of the most flexible and easy to use project management systems. So in this video, I'm sharing with you everything you need to know to get started with Trello. So whether you are a beginner or if you are just looking for a refresher. So hello everyone, Elvis is here, so I'll be helping you to get started with Trello. So let's start with the Trello home screen. So as you can see here, this is the Trello's home screen. So now if you are brand new to Trello, you may not have a single board present here. So let's get started with creating your or our first board. So in the top right corner, so you can just click this button here. So after selecting this button, we can then create or select the um, create a board. So at the very first thing, so by selecting this create button, we can now then um, create our board. So first, so at the very first thing, we need to name our board. So now in most cases, your boards are going to represent a project or maybe your own personal to-do list. So in this case, I'm just gonna call this special project. Special special project. Okay, so now we can next choose what kind of background we want for this project. So as you can see here, there are many options here that you can attach for your background. So in this background, you can always be change it later. So for this, I'm gonna use these default colors here. So I will just use this default orange background for us to work with. So lastly, I'm gonna make this one private so no one else on my team has access to it. So you select this private. So whether you're using Trello for just yourself or with a team, so choose who has access to your board. So with our name set, we can now select create a board. So and we have a we'll be having our brand new board here where we can work with. So now at first glance, no, this may seem a little intimidating because we have a blank slate in front of us. So as you can see here, we don't even have a single list of representative here. So but let's get started with or by creating a very simple workflow. So Trello in most cases is best used to have a number of different stages in which Trello calls list. So let's give this first label of, for example, ideas. So let's give another list, which is, so let's add another list here. So let's label this as to do. Then let's give another one list of actually doing, because that can be a big difference between just something you want to do and something that you're actually engaged with. And lastly, I'm going to create one called done. So now you can add as many lists as you like here within Trello by simply selecting this add list option. So, and if you want to change the order, you can just click and drag this list so you can change its sequence. So next up, we need to take a look at how we can add cards to each of these lists. So cards are what are represented within this list, so but can be moved to other lists as well. So under the ideas, maybe I'm considering writing a, for example, writing the thesis, for example. Then maybe I need to email my team about what's next week topic. So I'll be meeting. So for example, ideas. Um, email meeting. Then you can add another card for this. So maybe I have to create, for example, create a new website, for example. Then, as you can see here, these are the ideas or the upcoming activities that you will do. So, like for example, you are doing this thesis here. So your projects here can be drag and drop here on the other list. So, like for example, you're doing these two. So you can drag and drop those projects to the other list. So like for example, you are going to do this thesis, so you can just drag and drop it to the next list. So if you're done, you can drag and drop also it on this list. Right, done. So um so if you want to reorder this list and put create a new website at the top, I can or we can just hold and bring it back to the top so that list. So, but this drag and drop functionality also pertains to moving cards into different lists. So just like I've said earlier. So here. So in most cases, our goal is to bring a card from left hand side of your board all the way to the right, where you can last this be called done or complete or finish. So this is it. You can edit this title. So it can be complete or finished. So once I've completed finishing this um, new website here, so I can drag it over to done or into the done list. So now at this stage, you can see that things are fairly simple. So we've got the names of our projects or our tasks here on our cards. So and we've created our list where we're to drag things through their different stages. So but this is the beauty of the Trello. So we can get a nice high level view of what's going on here. So but if we click on one of these cards, we open a lot of details. So like for example, here on this thesis, so if you're going to click that, so here within the back of the card, we can always came up and change the name of if desired, but perhaps the first place you'll want to go is the description area. So in this description area, we can add as many additional details or as links as we like. So maybe we can add things such as needs to be, um, let's say 500 pages long. So needs to be published by the end of, for the thesis, um, um, add 500 pages long contents like that. So that needs, for example, like that, needs to be submitted by the end of 2022, for example. So we can add as many notes as we'd like here. So, and then you can just click this save button for it to be saved. So you don't have to clutter the name of your card up top. So you can add as many details as you like here. So within the description. So but we don't have um to stop at just the description area. So as you can see with on the right side, we have many different ways in which we can add further information to that card. So the third one listed in the listed as checklist, as you can see here. So if we're going to click this, so it will be added to this menu here. So you can just add an item. So this is a great way to add subtasks or add other things that you don't want to forget when it comes to this particular card. So um if you're going to select this checklist button, you can either or I can either leave the title as a checklist. So but in this case, I'm going to say remember to do this and I'm uh going to say add for example. So this is going to serve as a list of subtasks, other things that I need to keep in mind. So I might want to add things such as for example research, editor, for example, or research my topic. What else? For example, hire an editor or another, find a quiet place, quiet, quiet place to write. Then, so these are the three tasks or the three checklists which I've added to this card. And as I go through these steps, you can see that it's going to track my progress here within the card. So you can just click this add a button here. Then after that, so after I close the card, I can still see my checklist progress here. And if I close this card, I can still see my checklist progress on the front. So let's see. So as you can see the here, so I can still see the checklist progress. So as you can see, it's 0/4. So it means that I didn't check any items on the checklist yet. So let's go. Let's try to check some of these checklists. So let's check this. Remember to do this research my topic and editor. So as to that, you can remember what are the things that you need to do. So so scroll back. So as you can see here, so it changed to 3/4. So okay, so let's open up our card once again. So and look at some of the others option we have available to us. So just above the checklist button, we also have the option uh, to add labels. So labels can be a great way to categorize and easily see your different cards on your board. So if um, I click the labels here, so if I click this label here, so I may select the uh, green label so that I maybe want everything that is on the writing the thesis to have this green label. So as you can see here, so you can add new label here. So that's another option. So I can add as many as label as I want. So maybe I want to use this. For example, I will use this. Okay, so maybe I want to use this red color as far as an urgency label. So I'm going to hit save here. So for example, going to select this to do thing and label it as red. So and now I can have that directly attached to this card. So and I can easily see this in front of the card that I have this sense of urgency in this to do thing. So in the done, so I can you can put green color. So as you can put any color as you want to those list. So here's a pro tip. So if you take your cursor and click directly on the label, for example, directly on the label, it will expand and give you the label name. So if you want to go back to just viewing the color again, put your cursor all over the top and click. It will be minimized at that um, color. So this can be a great way to see the differences between your cards as you're managing your different tasks. So we can also apply a due date. So another um, thing that we can apply to this is we can have a due date. So we can add this card here. So that for example, due date is for tomorrow, 25 at 12 p.m. So like that. So it is due tomorrow. So maybe I want to be able to write this thesis or have it completed by the end of August. So I'm going to okay, so let's change it to uh October rather. So let's say it's October 31 for the due date. Okay, so that's the date. So I'm going to select this date and just click hit save. So now I have a due date which also act as a notification as I get closer to this date. So an easy way to track my progress and make sure that I am not left behind. Below dates, we have option to add a attachment also. So you can select any um, can select an image here directly to this card. So I can also connect to the other services. So for example, here, so you can go to your computer and select the image that you want to put here. So you can put Trello, Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, and the OneDrive. Or you can also paste the link here and you can um, click this attach a button. So let's try attaching an image, for example, this. Okay, so as you can see, so that is the picture that we attached to that particular list or file. S- So as you can see in this case, Trello also gives us the ability to add images to the cover of our card. So depending on how you want to use Trello, so you can use that image on the front of your card as well. So now, as you start to add more cards to your boards, it can be sometimes to be difficult to keep track of all your tasks. So that's where the search feature within the Trellos becomes important. So as you can see, for example, let's save this or save here. So in this search bar feature, so we can select or search any labels here. So for example, you just need to type a keyword. So for example, a website. So the result will be appeared here. So with the website keyword. So after that, you can just we can filter our search by, for example, due date. So can just go here on this filter menu and select, for example, the due dates, the overdue, which is the red ones that we labeled, then the due next day for yellow, due next week. So you can just click this and select a color that you want to um, label this due next week. Then mark as done, due next month, that mark as complete. So you can put a color on this for you to have this idea of what that color is. So to quickly remove the filter, all you need to do is to select this um, X icon here. Now, so as you begin working with Trello, you may find that there are some features or functionality which you cannot find. So in that case, I will or I would encourage you to click on the show menu icon option rather. So as you can see here, so show menu, then um and select the power ups. So what is the power ups? I think it's okay. So select, you can select this power up here and um click this add power ups button. So the Trello gives us a vast of um, library of additional features and additional functionality, including the integrations with some of the popular tools here. So these are the popular tools that are being integrated in the Trello. So with some of the popular tools that you are already familiar or you already used. So let's see. So for example, you can connect your Gmail here, your Microsoft Teams, email to board, and any other type of third-party application or software that you can integrate to Trello. So for example, so one of my favorite um, power apps is the, I can see it here. So the custom fields. Where's the custom fields? Yeah. So the custom fields. So there it is. So this custom fields power up, and if I add this custom fields power up, this will give the ability to add additional fields to the back of each of my cards. So there are far too many power ups. So for us to review in the today's video, but if you'd like to learn more, be sure to check my other videos that will be uploaded soon on this channel. So now, as you continue to use your Trello board and eventually drag more and more cards into your done list or completed or whatever you choose to name your final list, they may start to add up with a long list of cards. So which you don't necessarily want to be viewing forever. In this case, what I would recommend is for you to archive the cards in this particular list. For example, I'm going to archive this list. So all you need to do is archiving the list will remove the card from the board, but it's still searchable and you can still always reactivate it. So if you want to bring it back to this board, so in this case, all we need to do is to select the three dots up above and we can select archive all cards in this list. So like for example, in this case, we can continue to keep the list. So I'll archive this list. Then you can just and archive archive all cards in this list. And you can just reactivate it later if you're going to use those cards in this particular list. So um, and then so the list has not been removed, only the cards in that particular list. So a great tip if you're wanting to keep a nice, clean, and efficient Trello board. Now, if you'd like to learn more about Trello, including the advanced features, I would encourage you to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for my other videos that will be uploaded soon with regards to Trello. So, and if you would like to some personalized Trello consulting, you can find out more details to my website, which will be linked to my description box below. So thank you for watching guys for today's video, and remember, being productive not need to be difficult. In fact, it's a very simple. So see you on my next spell guys. Bye bye.